Hi and welcome back to my channel. We are here again with the Cornely LTG. In the previous video I said test your stitch. I have since then attached this upper stand, which is a single screw, and it has the 2 pins in the back for alignment. I have also attached the coiling set the same way we did in the earlier video when I had the 3 needle setup. Now we need to attach the upper bobbin stand. Position doesn't matter, so if it's here or here, it does not matter in any way whatsoever. We need our upper bobbin with our fill thread. Slip the rod in. Again, doesn't matter which way that sits. Just need to make sure that the spring here is resting on the outside of your bobbin. Now you can adjust the spring pressure via this screw here, as well as lowering the spring platform if required. We just want a light, fairly easy. We can adjust this when we do our stitch test, like so. Use your long threading wire, eye side going downward. Thread that up with the fill thread down through the central pipe. Now, unlike the FBN model, there is no break in the pipe in the L series machines. So it will need to go all the way through to the bottom, through the nipple. And that's the only position we'll see the threading wire coming through is down here. I'm bouncing that up and down, so hopefully you can see this in the video. We need that to go all the way through. Now we could take it out through here, but it's easier just to take it out all the way, though this is not an easy thing to thread. This applies to all of the L series type machines, regardless of brand. This is quite complex. We need to get that wire out, and ideally we would like the thread under the foot at the same time if possible, but if not, get the wire out. I will need to unthread my hook, remove the fabric in this case so that I can slide the wire on the surface of the needle plate, hopefully. I know there's a lot going on down here, but you will face the exact same issue when you go to thread this up. Thankfully you don't need to thread it up continuously. It's got the very large bobbin at the top, which will last for a rather large project. So you can see I've started to bend the wire. Ultimately I will need to use the pliers to pull this through. A little bit at a time. As mentioned, I'd love this to be under the foot, so here's my chance. It will bend the wire less too. Try to keep your threads out of the way like I just did, so you don't need to continuously thread up. Make that a bit longer. Lower the foot again. Assist from the top if needed as well. I might not be able to get this under the foot. Let's see. There's the foot again. A smaller pair of these is really handy. These are just slightly too large for the job at hand. Assist by pushing down on the wire. And eventually it will release. As mentioned, a smaller pair of pliers will do the world of good. And here we go. I've got a lot of thread going through this at the moment, which is what I want. I want a really nice tight feel. This is the Tex 15, and I have 4 or 5 rows here, 4 rows of the Tex 15. I probably should be using only 3 rows. I can tell because it's so tight to pull the yarn through. I do want that really decent sized cord for the video. There we go, I've shown you there. If you use just 1 or 2 yarns in a small nipple like this, you'll find it a lot easier to pull through the wire. But as I mentioned, any of the L series machines do face that same difficulty. It's just part of the design of the machine, there's no alternative to. So I've got my lavender colour thread coming through for the needle. I have the grey thread as my fill, and I have the multicolour bubblegum colourway in the Tex 15 as my coil stitch. So we're ready to run. I have set this coil to stitch 2, the 2 revolution. And you can see what a wonderful effect you can get. Now, the fill is also possible with the double needle, not the triple needle, but the double needle setting. You'll be able to do fill stitch in exactly the same way. Enjoy.